Hello everybody, nice to see you. Except I can't see you. Welcome to yoga. Please make your own modifications to class. It's going to be a short one, just 30 minutes. So we won't do our long warm up, we'll just get straight into it. So you can either come on two knees like so, or crouch down and reach the hands forward. And just wiggle around. Sinking down as much as you can. Starting to get into your breathing. Some long exhales. Moving the hands over to one side, your far hand on top. Just feeling the stretch down here. Letting the head go. Walking the hands over to the other side. Sinking down on your exhale. So just going easy if you haven't been doing any yoga for quite a while. Come back onto your all fours and come straight into cat pose. Stretch your thumbs and fingers apart. Lean on the thumb and index. Tilting the tailbone up and the head up. Just close the eyes and feel along the whole spine. Inhale, when you exhale, come into the other part of your cat pose. One more slow cat pose. Inhale, reach the head and tail up. You can look up between the eyebrow center or close the eyes to get yourself into the zone, into the yoga mood, leaving everything aside. I hope you've set yourself up somewhere nice and quiet and turned the phone off. And change again. Let all the breath come out. And let's do some quick ones to get some energy going. Just little short breaths, sip of breath. In, out. In, out. In and out through the nose. Let your head go when you bring the head down. Let's do about 20 more. Good, and let's sink down onto our haunches again. Let one arm come underneath. Side of the head come toward the floor. And change arms. Come up. And let's do some circling, that's always good for moving the energy. You're going to lean on all 4 points, 2 hands and 2 knees. Just feel yourself going around in a circle, let the head be relaxed. Try and keep your breath going, nice and long. Smooth and long. Let's go the other direction. And let's do another couple of rounds of that. So you have an option, you can just stay on your all fours or make it a little bit stronger, move the knees back. So you have more body weight going here and a little bit further distance to go. Modify it, stick your hips out to the sides and stick your ribs out to the sides, get some action and energy going. And next time we come up to the front, let's come into an up dog. We're just going to drop our hips down. Oh, lovely stretch. Like hanging off the door or clothesline. Good, and let's go the other way. So in Get your second one now. Let's come into our dog pose, our up pose, up dog pose. Let's do another round to each side. So a lot of us have been very sedentary in our lockdown, so forgive yourself and just accept where you're at. Your fitness will return. Strange times, we need to be very, our hips are non-violent to ourselves. Just accepting all the things that happen in lockdown, the emotions that come to the surface when there's nothing else distracting us. And hang off your arms. Good, come back to all fours. And let's move our hands out to the side. And maybe one can go around to the back. Maybe both at the same time, but probably just one. It's quite strong. We're getting a stretch along this inner arm. In the back of one hand, because they're all working quite hard then. In the back of the other hand. So let's move our hands a little bit in front of our shoulders and lift your left leg back. I'm mirroring you. Squeeze your core so you're stable. See if you can lift your opposite arm. Face your hand in. Good idea. Keep your shoulder relaxed. Find your breath again. Push on your supporting hand. Take this hand around, see if you can find your foot. You can't reach, mine seems to have moved further away than usual. There we are. If you can't reach your hand and foot together, don't worry. And let's change arms and legs. Reach, take that shoulder away from your ear. To move that hand around, bring your toe up to meet your hand. Good, let's crouch back or down onto our heels. And you can create a little support for your hands like so. And feel your forehead resting on the hands. Expanding and contracting when you're breathing. And then come back to all fours. And let's take our left foot forward with a vertical shin up between our hands. So it may not go all the way up between the hands. Do try and bring your knee under your arm. If you need to modify, you might have a blanket or a rolled up blanket. Put your hand on the blanket or block. So fingertips or knuckles. And let's do a twist. Twisting every which way helps our breathing, helps our posture, helps our back to be comfortable. And this hand up in the air, give it a wrap around the back. Open your chest up toward the ceiling. And people who want to modify might put their fingertips or flat hand on the floor and bring your back knee off the floor. That's not for everybody. And then bring that back knee carefully down. And let's go to the other side. So begin to twist your upper body around towards that bent knee, and then unfurl your hand up. So you might leave a little bend in it. You might want to really reach it up, which will bring your ribs around a bit more. Get the chin tucked in. Don't have to look up if you're mortified for your sore neck. Listen to what your body needs. Find your breath when you're holding something static. And the arm in the air, let it wrap around the back now. See if you can twist your chest further up toward the ceiling. And if you want to go for that knee off the floor at the back, again squeeze your core, squeeze your pelvic floors in, and bring that back knee off. Back knee down, bring your hand back around to the front and bring your legs back together. And wave those hips side to side. Let's come down onto our forearms. So have your forearms roughly in front of your hips. So you're making a diagonal, upside down V. So you have a choice, you can clasp your hands. You might want to just put your thumbs side by side, but do bring your chin above your thumbs, and then walk the knees back. So already you can feel a bit of effort. Hold yourself here, and the knees and feet hip width apart. So you might just want to stay here, or curl the toes under, bring one knee off, bring it down, bring the other knee off, bring it down. Try not to hold your breath. And have a little rest. Well done for doing class today. Sometimes the hardest thing is just starting again. And let's do that one again, and I'm going to add on something a little bit more challenging for those people who want it. So your hips are off, your knees off. Your other knee's off. We're going to hold them both off. Knee down, hips down. Try and alternate which knee goes first. Try and do it with breath. Some people might want to just hold this. Let's just do one more round. Good, and let's bring our elbows close together, hips on the ground, rest your head in the hands. Let your neck rest and your jaw rest in your face. Notice your breath's probably a little bit elevated now. And it's time to get off the ground. Bring your hands down beside the hips, bring your hips off. Get ready to go into downward dog. Spread your fingers, feet and knees hip width apart, a bit wider if you're really out of condition. And let's lift those knees into dog pose, your upside down V. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Bend the knees, hold your elbows. Let your spine become really long. Relax your toes. Swap your grip over the other way. Your brain will be going, ooh, what's that? Have a little sway from side to side. Drop the arms. Raise them out to the sides. Find yourself standing. Inhale, come up. And then let your hands come down by the sides, palms face the front. Close the eyes and just notice your standing pose. Relax the shoulders. Wriggle the fingers. Wriggle the shoulders, circle them around. Let's walk out either to a dog pose or a little bit further now when we do our Tibetans. So we're going to walk our hands forward. So you can either hold a dog pose with bent knees, keep it really easy, or work out a little bit further. Keep your hips and bottom up in the air, shifting your weight from hands to feet with breath. Keep going. If you want an even harder option, take your hands out a little bit further. Take your back toes onto one heel. Take a rest when you need to. Change feet. Feet apart, walk your hands back towards the feet and forward. Drop the arms, raise the arms out to the sides, inhale, come all the way up. Let your thumbs come to the chest, shoulders relaxed. Feel your heart that's behind your thumbs, the heart of yourself. So in a short 30-minute sequence, which this is, it's a really good idea to do some salutes. You're welcome to do some really simple salutes or just some more cat poses on the ground. Or we're going to come up to the front of our mat. Let's do our arms out to the sides. Inhale. Bring your thumbs down like we just did, bend the knees. Or not, no bending of the knees. Let's step back our left foot. And let's step our right foot back. Come into a plank. Drop down to the knees if you need to. Otherwise, chaturanga. Squeeze the elbows in. Chest comes down to the floor. Tops of the toes on the floor. Head, shoulders, and maybe hands, optional, off the floor. Hands next to the waist. Up dog. Down dog. Step the feet up to the hands. Inhale, hands out to the sides. Palms together. Let's go to the other leg. Inhale. Exhale. Other leg goes back. You can take the knee down to the floor. We'll step straight back to a plank. Knees down or off. Squeeze your chest down to the ground. Head, shoulders, hands off. Option. Come into down dog. Step the feet forward. Inhale. Owning all the space around you. Coming back into your center. Taking some rejuvenating breaths in between. Let's do another 2 on each side. I'm not going to say a lot. I'll let you explore your own salute. You can watch me if you need. For this third round, it's optional. You might just want to have a rest or join us. On the home stretch now, it's one more side, which is just half a round. Give it your all, give it all your breath. Therefore all your prana, all your life force. When you're finished, just rest in mountain pose. Tadasana. Feeling your stamina returning. So if you really watch the breath and let it go exactly where it wants, I find that gives your energy back quicker than if you try and force it to be faster. Good, 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 good. Let's take one arm across. And then the other one. Let's take our hands around behind us, clasping behind, or just holding your wrists, or just taking them together however. Feet apart, toes turned slightly in. Squeeze your hands off the back. Like a bit of self-massage, look up. And then fold yourself over your front legs. Take the hands up and open back. And while you're down there, you can have the knees bent if you find that's more stable. Now take your hands around to the front and press them under your knees. Like gripping around the sides of your legs, and then flatten the back so you're in a right angle. And curl yourself up to stand. Let's take the hands onto the hips. And then let's step back onto our left foot. So we take a little or a big step, just let that foot turn in. Feel your heels on the floor, play with your toes coming off and on. Heels coming off and on. Shoulders back and down. Coming into a lunge. Feel even weight on both legs. And your same arm, same leg will reach it forward and your other arm back. And then let that arm rest on the front leg and sweep this other one through. Let's come back up. Hands to the hips, and you can either sweep your leg up or take little steps. So let's leave that one on the other side, so you choose your distance of your step back. Lunge into the front knee. Find even weight on both legs. Play with your heels and toes. Activate your whole feet. Soft and strong at the same time. Ooh, what a concept. Arm front and back. Rest your elbow onto the leg, sweep the arm through. Lovely opening in the side ribs. Oh, beautiful. Hands on the hips, straighten the legs up. And step the legs together. Shake it all out. Such a short session, but feel free to do your own warm down exercises. I'll just come down on the floor and talk you down to the end. So, this is a really good chance to listen to your own body, what it wants to do to warm down. You might want to do a few more salutes or a bit of meditation now. I mean, it's very conducive to leading you into a bit of meditation, a bit of spinal twist to finish. Always Tadasana, Shavasana, lying on the ground, lying down. I do recommend you do a few minutes of that, or some sitting meditation, or just sitting, noticing your breathing. Don't have to have crossed legs. But you've set yourself up for a really good day, so again, congratulations for coming. All the best to you, stay safe, and nice to see you. Namaste.